Hello, I'm Ren, X My Card at XR Connor. This is an unboxing. I'm not going to do voiceover for the whole video, but there's very specific points that I have to because it's very loud when opening stuff. This is a Crooke Moon unboxing. Anyways, back to the video.
My siblings had backed this a little bit ago, and I meandered my way in there for minis, and I was told that there was more things in here that I didn't even know of. So let's go ahead and check this out. I've already preemptively broken open part of this just off the side so it's easier to get into. Oh my gosh. Oh. But there is many. I'm going to just put these on the floor for now. Only for now. Hopefully they don't have anything. This has something in it, right? No? This feels heavier than normal. There is something inside. It is dice. Some little pumpkin dice, it looks like. Go ahead and get these. They're individually packaged. Oh. They have a really nice core to them. Almost see-through and with that pumpkin aesthetic. That's going to be really cool. We might take a closer look at those later. Happy I didn't throw these on the floor. I'm wondering. No, that's too light. It's too light to have anything. But we do have much in the way of other items. I will decimate your ears, though. Whew. Okay, we have the Crimson Abbot. This is a mini. I'll open those in a second because I bet that will look really cool. Have some action shots of all the minis. I believe these are blank, so they won't be just yet. But maybe if I get around to painting them anytime soon.
During this moment, I'm talking about showing off the painted miniatures, and I do that at the end of it, but for some reason I decided to talk the entire time I'm opening this, so it just crinkled and crackled, and you couldn't really hear what I said.
Which will be cool. Just trying to get enough here that I can kind of spring these from their bubble box prisons, which is more rough than Alcatraz. This one is the Harvest Terror, another miniature, which should be pretty neat. I like that. Okay, big box. Big box has, I think, maybe the last one of this. Not quite sure. At least for the mini side of things. We're going to do this. It's terrible. It's so bad. Okay. Peek the hell out of the audio real quick. This is the Beast of the Blight. That one also looks pretty neat. Much larger miniature, which is going to be quite terrifying. Especially once painted, because I only know half of what's going to happen here. And we have a beautiful little carrying bubble wrap of many things. We actually have the box that carries all of these, I believe, in it. So I want to be extraordinarily careful with this. Okay. The core box has some wicked art on the front of it. There's more tape there. I can just clear the tape. There we go. I wanted to keep most of this intact because I do like having that sort of safety measure in it. Oh! That looks amazing. Dope. Very cool. Alright, let's go ahead because we have quite a few things in this to get into. Make sure it's chopped up here. Much like many of the aberrations we'll find in this, most likely, will end up. Put that to the side. And then we have the greatest thing of all, opening the box. Much easier than the Steinhardt's box. Oh, we have a fancy map. I'm assuming this is a felt map, so probably will be fairly easy to take out and observe. Okay, and we have a large bag here, probably for dice, which is very cool looking. I like that. Very wicked. We'll put that to the side. We have even more of these beautiful... Oh, what is this? Tactical map pack. Ghostlight Wreckage, Circle of Secrets, Bloody Sanctum, Sanguine Cathedral. Very, very cool. I like that. That'll be quite neat. Cool front on it even. I love whenever they provide us nice grids and stuff on these maps. We have cards as well as a line of dice, which is better than a line of other materials. Oh, this one is quite neat as well. Just that same pumpkin. I noticed that the 20 here is a dude. It's just a man, just a guy hanging out, having a good time. The one is the same. Nice. I like that. So we have cards here. We have our monsters and bosses reference cards, which is very useful for any and all DMs, which I will probably use quite a lot, or maybe my DM at the time will also use this quite a lot, because we need that. We need that when running our games. We have an NPC and encounter reference, which is very useful, again, because sometimes you don't remember if the town man's name is Steve or not, and this helps that situation every time. This goes on that. And we have items and spells, which is very good, because every player needs to have their spells in order, and that makes it much easier to keep track of that, as long as they have it on their character sheet. As long as you're playing in person, which for the most part, that's what I'm playing. And now, underneath, I'm assuming this is our books. Yes, our books and a DM screen. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Quite large indeed. Let's go ahead and move this bad boy out of the way real quick. I'm going to set him over here. Not do it that way. That way he doesn't become lost. We're going to very gently find an opening and cut so I don't lose any good faith with my siblings. Put this to the side. Make sure we don't die from it. Ooh. My goodness. Sometimes this packaging refuses to accept any and all interference, which is great for packaging and safety reasons, but bad if you want to open it up in a very nice manner. There we go. So that is our DM screen and the book. Set this to the side. I've created a mess over here. I will have to clean that up at some point. This, let us open it up and see what intrinsic, beautiful art we have. Fantastic. I love that. That is wondrous for setting a scene, especially when it comes to an actual campaign seating here. Especially when you are trying to run that grimdark fantasy-esque beautiful style. Definitely sets the mood correctly. We've got name generators. We have Village NPCs, which is super useful. Very nice. Beliefs and goals, covers, concentration, inspiration, conditions, actions, your actual travel pace. I love having travel pace on a board. It helps me so much to try and figure out where the hell we are. And provinces, which is very good on running that sort of game, because then you know where the hell you are properly going here. And we have our big book. We have this for 5e. I don't do 2024 rules. I know some people do, but I prefer just straight 5e. Very nice. I love the artwork on this. Artwork on this is beautiful. They did a fantastic job. I commend the artists exponentially. Inside of this book, we have numerous things. 350-page adventure, eerie campaign setting of Druskenwald, brand new fate-weaving mechanics, 15 new subclasses, 13 new species or races, 35 monsters, 26 upgrading magic items, which I love that. That is awesome. That is super nice because sometimes you do want to give your players a lot of things, but it's better to give them an item that they keep for so long. They keep for so long. And by the end of the campaign, you're like, look at how this item has evolved with you. It's awesome, isn't it? We have feats, 40 new spells. We have dark bargains and 156 chaotic curses. So if one of your players is getting a little bit rowdy, just put a nice little curse on them. You know, that never really hurt anybody, I don't think. Anyways, the book is massive, 2-finger wide even. And I'll flip to a random page here just to give you a nice little preview of it. The Weeping Widow. That is beautiful. It has come out very well. Just to make sure that it is nice and good quality here. I won't show too much because that will spoil everything this book has to offer. And I want people to go out and get it themselves because I think it is definitely worth a buy. Now, we've looked at our book, we've looked at our map, we've looked at our screen. We should look at these minis real quick before they're painted. So that way, we have an idea for what we're going to see later when I actually get around to checking them out. Here's the nicest way to open this. Nice. It's plastic. Plastic never wants to work for me. There we go. Just like whenever I paint, plastic never wants to work for me. I'm going to close this so I don't cut myself. I'm going to not destroy this box because I would feel bad. The Crimson Abbot. Oh, we've got multiple minis with these. I forgot that we do get multiple for these. We have a very nice Pope, as well as, I think those are like 3 cultists with him here. Those are going to turn out quite spectacular once I get them all painted up. Luckily, I do have some nice little paints. Also, the bases themselves have some nice decorative properties to them to really show you where they're located, which will be pretty dope. I like that. Vampire churchman, vampire cleric. What am I thinking of here? Vampire bishop. He goes diagonally. Where did my knife go? There's my knife. Okay, and next we have the Harvest Terror, which is, I think, a very large crow-like creature. Let's see if I can actually get that properly this time. Ooh. Don't cut my shirt. There we go. It tried. It tried. Okay. Put this to the side. The Harvest Terror. I wonder, this one also looks like it has multiples, which will be very neat. Oh, look at those! Let me get this off so we have a better view of it. There we go. Oh, he's so badass. He's so cool. Oh, I can just imagine that menagerie of grays and blacks that are going to go on this guy, and that scythe is going to look wicked. Oh, badass. And of course, try not to dip this out here, but just on the base you can see pumpkins and the nice little roadways of a little harvest. A nice little harvest time. Put this back on. Those are going to be pretty wicked. Honestly, for any campaign. I think the moment you start throwing in a crow man with a scythe, you're like, oh man, things are about to be crazy. And let's finish up this last one. I think this one had already been slightly opened because of the tape that was on it. This is the Beast of Blight. Which should be our largest model, and most likely the easiest to paint for me, because it is the largest model. Ooh, look at that! Oh my gosh, where's my opening here? Okay, gotta slide this up. There we go. Oh my goodness. That thing's gonna be crazy. We have some like Celtic Druidic dudes, as well as a very large, what seems to be overgrown, decomposed deer creature, which that looks awesome. I will say that is pretty badass. Oh, it comes out super easy as well. I was terrified because I had the Deep Rock Galactic one, and all those minis, whenever they came out, were... Obviously, it's like harder plastics, but they were pretty difficult, and it almost seems like you're going to break them. But these, luckily, do not have crazy stuff, which is very cool. Those are going to be interesting to paint. There's a lot of little details in these I was not expecting, but that is... And it's actually pretty hefty, too, which is... Oh, no, his face! I didn't know he had... Oh, his ribs, too! Oh... Don't look under there if you have the fear of holes, because this man is not whole. Very cool. Very, very cool. Lots of little hands in there in this amalgamated creature. It is definitely living up to its name as the Beast of Blight. I had a player in a campaign of mine who was playing a blood druid. And it was quite fantastic because it was something that this player never did. He's oh no, it's got tape attached to it. He always played like paladins and stuff, so to have him play a blood druid was something pretty neat. And if I had a mini like that for that guy, that would have been pretty nice, because he was all about that old Celtic folklore of creatures of beyond man, the great old ones and stuff, which was such a cool aspect for somebody that had never really gone into that. Normally like a very pious player, and to have something like that was really cool. What was this? Shall we attempt to open this and not destroy it? Fingers crossed. Let's see if I can get my knife out again. I just don't want to scratch anything up here. Oh.
Okay, let me get my phone.
And we're back. It's open. We've done it. I am going to have issues trying to get this back in, but you can see there are multiple just strands of map here, which I'm just going to do this. And Lord forgive me, because I will have to put these back. We're going to put the center so none of it gets messed up. These are just straight up cards. So you should be able to put these down somewhere. Like, let's say put this guy here. This is the other side of that. Or maybe it goes up. That is way more accurate. And that's pretty cool. So that way your players, as well as you, have an idea for what is going on in that moment. Try and figure out how to piece this one together. that way. That's cool. I like that. That is very useful because then if you do have a little map or something somewhere, you can put that down and your players will know what's going on and you can expand it as time goes on. If they do venture forward or whatever, and obviously I'm not the creator, but I'm going to assume you can use these for whatever campaign. It doesn't necessarily have to be Crooked. That's dope. I immediately opened this and I'm thinking that's amazing, and I will use that at some point probably because of how cool that looked. And I don't even have the rest of those pieces. I just have that piece. So just go ahead and... Oh, hey. We've got a directory. Instructions. Maps are scaled for 1-inch grid plane. Use your best judgment for movement, cover, and elevation. I like that. I do like having rules in books so that way I know what the hell I'm doing, but it is actually super nice whenever they give you the idea as to how to play these. These maps are not laminated. Permanent adhesive or even wet erase markers may damage the surface, which I don't know if I'd ever want to draw anything on here. And thank God I have stuff to map out where players' spells and stuff go, because I need those. And then everybody has their own little booklet and stuff with where their spells go, how their spells go. Oh God. As I said, putting things away is the hardest part of doing an unboxing, because then you have to fidget with everything back into the box. There you go. There you go. Okay. Oh, Crooke Moon. Set everything aside here so we can get one last look of the beautiful art of this cover of the book, because I love it. It has a little bookkeeping tab as well, so you know where exactly you will be in this book. But I will say thank you to the other people that kickstarted this, as well as the Legends of Adventurous people for making it. That is really cool. And I always love a little bit darker, a little bit grittier idea of what is a story. How can a story unfold in the darker ways? So I appreciate this. This is really nice. And we might get some good shots of dice and stuff here to put over me talking so you don't have to see my hands doing gestures this whole time. But it is really cool. And maybe I might even have some footage of the minis being painted or having them actually painted. So probably get it a little bit later than most other people doing their unboxings of the Crooke Moon, but I'm sure plenty of people have already done their stuff up. But that's okay, because you watch this one. Bam. Oh, they're sharp edge too. I didn't know that. That's awesome. I probably really only need to take 2 out so you get an idea as to what different angles they have. And then we will also nab 2 of these other ones over here, because they looked quite fantastic. These are Kickstarter exclusive ones even. Oh, they got a little pumpkin on them. Heck yeah. That's amazing. And if I put it at the right angle, you can see the little light beyond. A little bit of that moon shining through during the times of harvest. Right there. Which, that has a beautiful effect on it. First of all, sharp edge dice. They're amazing. They feel amazing. I love them quite a lot, actually. But the only downside is, if you step on one, I'm sorry. So, very, very cool. Very, very cool. Wow. Put these away.
That's the Wicker Man.
The Wicker Man. This Friday. Rated R. I'm pretty sure there was a movie called The Wicker Man, right? I'm not crazy. Question mark? I don't know. He's got a home. His home is with his homies. Okay. Well, that is quite a lot. Quite a lot of various things. Thank you for watching. Going about your daily life.
Cards?
Oh, the cards. I should show off the cards. They are long cards, which is nice. Oh, baby. Philip Truskenwald. He's friendly, indifferent, or hostile. Very good. Carries silver-handed candle. Worth 1,000 gold. Oh my god. They put actually a lot of detail in that, which is super useful. Because then, if you know how your NPCs work, you'll know how a story is supposed to go. This is something, whenever I had opened up my... Whenever I opened up my boxes for the Grim... what was it? The Grim Hollow Seasons of Change, the winter one. It's all Norse themed, which is very, very cool. They have very good idea as to what their characters are. Axe of the Galloping Headsman. This is an item, which is very cool, as well as multiple rarities of the item, so you have an idea as to how strong this is going to become later down the line, which is very cool. Also, little art. Which, if I am to believe, should be the art of the actual item itself. So that is like a little voodoo doll man or a little wicker man that you can do something with. I don't know exactly. Monsters and Bosses. Ugh. I hate opening these because I always feel like I'm going to break something. We have the... Oh god, the Alpengrendel. Large giant secret aversion to faith. Brute born of mountain ice. This only shows one side of it. I'm assuming the other side. Oh, monster secrets. Oh, so these might have more ideas as to whether or not your monster is averse to fire or acid or just plain old praying. Okay, I believe we've hit everything. And I'm going to have to clean up here, but it looks really nice. And I can't wait to play with this either as a player or a DM because there is a whole lot of interesting stuff to do here, to use here. So I would say we put all of our dice in this bag real quick. I do like the individual bagged dice. I don't know why, but for some reason that tickles me. Very good. Yeah, thank you for watching, listening, going about your daily life. I've been Ren, X or Connor. Thank you to Legends of Adventurous for making something definitely worth picking up, either as a Kickstarter backer or even on wherever their website is. I'll put a link maybe on screen or in the description, I guess. But, yeah. I'll see you in whatever is next. Take care. We're recording? Mm-hmm. Okay. Also, we got this pin. It was in a bag, and thank God that we actually checked it before we decided to start moving things. But we do have official pin. And we get to add that to... Where are we going to put that bad boy? Somewhere open. Bam. Easy.